It's the NFL on EA Sports, and the question is, are you ready for some football? It's the Cleveland Browns and the New England Patriots. All that and more coming up next.
Halfway between Boston and Providence, it's the home of the Patriots, Gillette Stadium in Foxborough. Thanks for having us in, Mike Tirico and Greg Olson up here in the booth. Greg, we've looked at this matchup, talked about the offenses, the defenses. Feels like a tight one, and usually what does that mean? Special teams could be a big factor in who gets out of here with the W.
Each week when we come into these games, Mike, we probably do a disservice to just the importance of how much special teams plays a factor in deciding the outcome of these games. And you're exactly right. When teams find themselves very similar on offense, very similar on defense, all the metrics, all the stats, can you find an advantage, even the slightest one, in the kicking game, the return game, generate a turnover or a big kick return? Sometimes that little slight advantage is all you need to tip the scales in your favor.
A return coming from the 14. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The New England offense getting ready to go to work here. They'll be led by the man from North Carolina, 6'4", quarterback Drake May.
From a talent standpoint, Drake May has every physical quality that you're looking for to play modern-day NFL quarterback. He can, of course, make all the throws. He's big, strong, and he is a very good athlete. He just needs some time. He needs to sit back and wait for his opportunity to play. Looks like that day is today, and I think if he goes out and plays to that potential, this is the first step of him becoming a legitimate NFL franchise quarterback.
On second down, it's men. Oh, no, right at the start, he loses the football. And the defense has it. Well, the ball comes out, and the scramble for it, it ends up becoming a turnover, and the offense walks off the field disappointed with that fumble.
Mike, when you look at a stat sheet at the end of the game and you want to determine which team wins and which team loses, at the top of the list is ball security. Which team does a better job protecting it, and which team does a better job taking it away.
The Cleveland offense set to take the field for the first time. They'll be led out by the veterans, still going. Former Super Bowl MVP, comeback player of the year in 2023, it's Joe Flacco.
And here we have a former Super Bowl MVP. Now, Mike, he might not be what he once was, but you can argue he has transitioned into being one of, if not the most reliable backup quarterback in the entire NFL. Whenever he's been forced into the starting lineup, he gives your team a chance. That's all you could ask for, especially at this point in his career.
On play action, he'll set up to throw. Nowhere to go. He is taken down.
Outside of a turnover, this was probably the worst-case scenario. Immediate pressure in his face with nowhere to go with the ball downfield. Just get the ball out of your hand. Live to play another down. Instead, he retreats backwards and leads to a massive loss.
Work to do following the sack. It is 3rd and long. Flacco. He'll try to hit him with a screen. And he'll gain some yardage here, but that is not nearly enough for the first down. So it's going to bring up 4th down.
Anytime you call a running back screen, the key is the relationship between the offensive line and the running back. They have to be in sync perfectly to set up the big play. That wasn't the case here on 3rd down. He gets tackled short of the sticks.
Hopkins' kick is good. And the Browns will take a 3-0 lead.
And I think this is going to end up being considered a successful drive, Mike. I think obviously you would have loved to see them come down and convert and score a touchdown. But at the very least, they needed to come away with 3. They were able to do that and take a lead on that field goal.
Now a return coming from the 14. And they'll be set up well as he is past the 35-yard line. The Patriots offense ready now for their second drive. This one has been tight so far. A field goal separating the two sides as this drive kicks off with 1st and 10. May going to look to throw. Hauled in by the tight end, Henry. And he's not going to get too far, tackled after a gain of just a yard.
Really nice job there defensively, playing the integrity of that zone defense so well. Anytime an offense is running these crossing routes or these underneath drag routes, they're trying to cause confusion with the underneath zone defenders. In this case, they all stuck to their reads, they all played their responsibilities, and they're not able to pick up any additional yards after the catch.
Now after the run, we get a stoppage for an injured player. Athletic training staff looking at him, so we'll step aside. Third and 6. Working out of the gun. It's May. Open man is Douglas. It's complete. A 19-yard pickup there. 1st down, New England.
These 3rd down conversions are just so important, Mike. Everybody stresses we want to possess the ball, give our offense as much opportunity to end as many drives as we can, scoring points. So if you want to stay on the field, you better be good on 3rd down.
Here's 1st and 10. They send him right out of the slot. They'll get creative here on the jet sweep. And a nice run there. He'll be stopped just shy of a 1st down. A pickup of 9. An enviable spot to operate from. Here's 2nd and inches. On play action, here's May. That's deep for the back of the end zone. That one knocked away. It is incomplete. Very good job defensively. Stayed right with him. And we'll bring up 3rd down.
The defender saw this the entire way, Mike. He actually ran the route before the receiver even got to his spot. I think they're fortunately this one didn't end up getting picked and going the other way.
Try to pick this one up on the ground. A pickup of 12 yards. Good for a Patriots 1st down.
And a nice pickup there by the back with an explosive run play. And it's important to point out, Mike, his offensive play caller, he's still working off that opening script. It doesn't necessarily have to just be the first possession. Using formations, using run game and pass. Unmask the defense and understand where to take the play calling as the game unfolds.
And this time they are ready for him. Thrown for a loss, and it's 2nd down.
You have to wonder if next time does the play caller give his quarterback some options to check out of this play. It was clear before the ball was snapped this was not a great look for that play call, and you can see the end result.
They'll stick with him again. And he is not going to get away. Might have gotten a yard, but it will set up 3rd down. Operating from the shotgun, it's May. And that is incomplete.
This pass rush is continuing to make their presence felt here in the early going, and For this quarterback, he's lucky to at least get rid of that ball because they were on the verge of recording their second sack, and we're still here in the first quarter.
Gerard Mayo's made the decision, and he'll send out the field goal team. His kick is perfect. And the Pats will tie the game at 3 apiece.
And that's really well done here, Mike. I mean, everything's in rhythm. A good snap, a good hold, and a good kick ties this game.
So the field goal draws us even. It is now 3-3 as the kick's away. DeAndre Carter going to bring it out of the end zone. And he's brought down right at the 25-yard line. The Browns offense ready for their second possession. They'll set out in search of a first touchdown in this game. Just a pair of field goals to show. It's 3-3 as they start 1st and 10. Not much to speak of on that one. Maybe a gain of a yard. It's 2nd down. Now, faking the give. That one broken up. It's incomplete. All over him down the field. It'll set up 3rd down.
This offense is doing everything they can to quiet this crowd, and even though they missed on that long attempt, at least it sets the tone that they're going to continue to attack. If they can come up with a completion on one of those downfield passes, it's going to go a long way to settling themselves into this game.
And he'll be stopped short of a 1st down, and that will necessitate a call to the punt team. It's 4th down.
When you're willing to throw the ball short of the sticks on 3rd down, you know what that tells me, Mike? The decision to go for it on 4th down has already been made. If you're able to pick it up with yards after the catch, great. But if not, it's a 4th and short, and you give yourself a realistic shot of converting on this 4th down.
But he cannot get away. Great job down there to hold him to a short return. So now the New England offense getting ready for their next possession. All even here in this opening quarter. And the drive will begin with 1st down. That one taken in by Douglas. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down.
The drag route is certainly not the most complicated route on the route tree, but a really nice job there using the scheme to create separation. He did a really nice job there working across the middle of the field as he made himself open.
They'll run. He'll try the left side now. Nothing doing there. He'll go down behind the line.
How often do we see linebackers be so fast trying to track down the ball carrier that they end up actually overrunning the play and allowing the running back to cut back? But not this guy. Does a great job staying in phase, stretching this ball out sideways, and he brings them down for a loss.
3rd and 9. From out of the gun, here's May. And that is incomplete.
Great pass rushers live for 3rd down, especially when they know the offense has to be one-dimensional. And this is a great example here, Mike. They can just pin their ears back and go. They know there is no threat for run. It is a must-pass situation. And for this offense, they're lucky it didn't result in a sack.
On the return, it's Carter. And he's going to be brought down after a short return. And that's where his team will get possession of the football. The Browns offense starting to trot out for this next possession. They'll see if they can put something together here, beginning with 1st and 10. They'll begin here on the ground. That one never got started. Defensive pressure too much, and they drop him in the backfield.
With how fast they were all over that play, you almost wonder, Mike, was there a pre-snap tell? Did they know that play was coming? Because I'll tell you, that defense was on it from the start.
Now Flacco. This throw left is complete with Judy. And that's a good gain there. It's going to wind up just a couple of yards shy of that first down.
Well, there's not a lot to this route. Man coverage, and you got a drag route. Give him a little something off the line and go. Win with speed. Good, accurate ball on the front shoulder pad. Allows him to pick up the rest after the catch and leads to a big gain.
That's caught. Left side. It's complete. And he'll be taken down, and that's going to do it. That's the last play of the first quarter. So a big third down hookup takes us to the break. 3-all is the score. And we're back to Foxborough in a moment. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is first down and 10. Here's Flacco. That's complete. It's Cedric Tillman. And he's going to be taken down right at the 25-yard line.
Anytime you're facing a zone defense, you're working from your first progression all the way through. But when guys are open in this level, Mike, they don't stay open very long. So what they taught us as receivers, if you're open, stay open. And if you're not open, you better get open quick because that ball is coming out.
They bring Judy in motion. Here comes the jet sweep. Now they are in business inside the 15-yard line.
He had plenty of juice coming across to get the ball, Mike, but he hit a whole new gear after he secured it and began getting vertical. By comparison, it looked like a lot of the defenders who had a shot at him were a little flat-footed and ended up getting burned for a big gain.
Here's Flacco to throw. And that is caught in the end zone. He's in. Deontay Johnson. Touchdown, Browns.
And that was just a great drive. Really, from start to finish, Mike, you could see the play caller just really finding his rhythm, mix in run, mix in pass. Results in the touchdown pass, but really everything they did, the entire possession, worked to perfection. When you can sustain the drives like that and come away with touchdowns, man, that goes a long way towards establishing your identity for the rest of this game.
Dustin Hopkins now to add the extra point. He's got it. And the Browns take a 10-3 lead. Here's Hopkins now after the touchdown. He'll boot this one away. A couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The Patriots offense getting those helmets back on, ready to head out for their next possession. Just the lone field goal for them so far, down 10-3 in this one. And they'll start first and 10. This drive will start on the ground. And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one.
Up until that run, this first half, it's kind of been tough sledding here for this run game. They'd love to see him get going. That last big pickup's going to go a long way.
Set to go now on first and 10. Throwing now is May. He's got his big tight end, Henry. And they bring him down, but not until he crosses midfield.
Well, we'll give a little credit here defensively. Even though they allowed the first down, we've seen defenses really struggle bringing this big tight end to the ground, and they didn't allow him to pick up a bunch of yards after contact, but he was able to get just enough to pick up the first down.
Throwing on first and 10 is May. He bought all the time he could, but he's going to be taken down as he couldn't get a throw away.
And I like the idea of moving the pocket. It makes it harder for the defense to rush the passer, but you have to account for the end man on the line of scrimmage. And That guy's job is to set an edge. Nobody gets outside of me. In this case, the quarterback. You've got to be better protecting your edges anytime you put your quarterback on the move.
Blown back in the backfield. He'll get the carry here. Well, they'll get some of the sack yardage back, but it's still going to leave them with third down. Here's May. That's caught by Bourne. That's his first reception of the ballgame, and it really comes at a good time as they get the conversion on third down.
This is clinic tape for any young wide receiver out there watching this guy run routes. He has the defender thinking everything is a go ball. Attack him vertically, and then when you get to your route depth, you stick that foot in the ground, you break in, balls on time, results in a nice first down pickup.
May now on 1st and 10. Has completed to Douglas. And he's going to be brought down just outside the 10-yard line.
This is what every offense looks to do, Mike. They want to attack the middle of the field. That's the most valuable real estate in football. And oftentimes, that's where the chunk plays come. Give it to your receiver on the move and let them do the rest.
It's first down, and they'll run. And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage at best. Might have even lost a yard there.
Anytime the running back is forced to chop his feet in the background and never get to top speed, you know that play's not going anywhere. And that's exactly what the defense was able to force here by getting penetration. Great job there, stopping this play before he had a chance to even get started.
Back to the ground. He'll get it again. And he'll be taken down, let's call it the 7-yard line. And here comes 3rd and goal. To throw is May. And he's going to run out of time. They get to him and bring him down.
It's just so hard to get anything going when you're just not confident running your own system. And all these early sacks, yes, they kill drives, but think what it does to the quarterback. The quarterback just can't be confident operating out of the pocket. There's no rhythm, there's no timing, and everything you planned on doing today coming in is out the window.
The Patriots will turn it over to their field goal unit. This a 31-yard attempt. He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And the Patriots cut the lead to 4. It's 10-6.
And I can tell you firsthand, Mike, when you find yourself trailing in a game, you don't feel very good about coming away with field goals. But in this case, it does get them a little bit closer and cut into this deficit.
Carter on the return. And their drive will begin at the 30-yard line. The Browns offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. The lead sits at 4, so they'll try to add on to that. This drive begins with 1st and 10.
As a route runner, once you identify zone coverage like they were playing here, the key is find open space and stay in it. He did a nice job here because that was not a big hole. The quarterback had to put a little extra on that one, and they were able to make the completion.
They'll work now on 2nd and 4. Here's a run going left, and he'll get past the marker. So he's got a first down on that gain of 5. Two minutes remain here in this first half. We're back to Foxborough after this. They'll come up here 1st and 10. To throw is Flacco. That's caught. Down the field is Tillman. And he will go all the way. Cedric Tillman. Touchdown, Cleveland. Hopkins now to tack on the extra point. His kick is good. And the Browns are able to extend the lead. It's now 17-6. Here's Hopkins now after the touchdown. He'll boot this one away. The Patriots offense makes their way back out to the field for their next possession. The deficit is double digits, so work to do as they begin this drive with 1st and 10. Man in motion, it's Diggs. On 1st and 10, here's May. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
For the most part, he's been very accurate with the ball. I mean, he's completing over 60% of his passes, but because they haven't been able to get any big explosive plays, continue to push the ball downfield, hasn't really translated on the scoreboard just yet.
Throwing on 2nd down, May. And that's going to wind up incomplete. Pressure certainly impacted the quarterback there. Couldn't get his arm all the way through, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
Certainly not one of his better throws, but what I've loved out of this quarterback today, Mike, was just how aggressive he's remained throughout the entire course of the game. Continue to push the ball downfield. Even if it falls incomplete, it opens up everything else in this passing game, and they've had their way so far today.
The Browns going to use the first of their timeouts here as they'll discuss what's to come as 4th down's looming. Here's Bryce Behringer now. He'll punt for the 2nd time after hitting a beauty in his first effort. This fielded inside the 35. And he'll be brought down. Short return. And they'll take over there. Now a 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. Flacco to throw. He'll swing this one out wide to his running back. And he'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3. Second and 7. Flacco. This pass caught by Judy. And that's a 1st down. It will be a gain of 8. Throwing, Flacco. That's over the middle to his tight end, Njoku. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line. So they come to the line for 1st down and 10. Off the play fake. He'll look to throw. That'll be batted down.
Up until that incompletion, they've done a really nice job on this drive, Mike, picking up fresh sets of downs. And typically, throwing the ball on first down is a great way to do it. But now they find themselves in 2nd and 10. Do you keep it in the air and try to get the first down here? Or is the idea to just make 3rd down manageable and take your chances picking up a key 3rd down?
A toss, left side, caught by his running back. That's the 2nd time they connect on this drive. This one good for 13 yards.
Well, it's been pretty clear this offense has wanted to get this running back involved in the passing game here in the first half. And with the success they've found, I expect the rest of the game to go very similar.
Back to the air one more time. First down throw there is incomplete.
Well defended there. The quarterback's trying to attack this defense outside the numbers. Those really wide angle throws near the sideline sometimes can be very hard to defend, so give a lot of credit to this secondary. They were all on the same page, and the ball falls incomplete.
Back to the air again on 2nd and 10. Catch made right side. It's Johnson. He's going to be marked down at the 12-yard line. And with just 4 seconds left in the first half, a timeout is called. Dustin Hopkins on now for the field goal. Officially a 29-yard attempt. He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And the Browns going to tack on 3 more, extending the lead here late in the first half. So 2 seconds left to play, and the kick's away. This one is fielded in the end zone, but he will not bring it out. It's a touchback, and this drive will begin at the 30-yard line. Airing one out for Bourne. That's going to be incomplete. They took a shot on the final play. Prayer not answered. And that is how this first half will come to an end.
All right, Mike, thanks very much, and welcome in everyone to our EA Sports Halftime Report. The highlights are fairly one-sided to this point. It's a 2-touchdown difference here at the break, but I wouldn't call this one over just yet. I think there could still be some fireworks yet to come.
All right, Coach, thank you very much. We welcome you back. It is quarter number 3. Both teams ready to get back at it as we get back underway here on EA Sports. Carter on the return. He'll get across the 20, mark him at the 22-yard line. The Browns offense and their quarterback headed out for their next possession. And we run you through the highlights here. It has been a very big performance from the quarterback position, instrumental in leading and executing, and now trying to finish strong and take his team to the finish line. So 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 22. He'll get this ahead for about 3. Robert Spillane spills them there. They face 2nd down and 7. Now they'll set up to throw. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
At this level, you just would expect a little bit better execution and accuracy on those intermediate throws. I think he had an opportunity there for a nice pickup. Off target, off rhythm, and ends up getting away from him.
What can they do here on 3rd down and 7? He'll drop to throw. That's into the hands of Judy on the right side. And he's going to get awfully close to the 1st down marker, but appears just to be a few inches short.
As a play caller, those are the plays that just drive you crazy, Mike. You think you're going to pick up the first down, you get tackled just shy of the sticks, and now a little bit of a gamble here on fourth down.
And he'll get forward a few yards on the return. And that's where the offense will take over. The Patriots offense ready for this next possession. And look, they've been out of sorts throughout, Greg. They haven't had any answer for this pass rush all game.
Yeah, and it's really showing up in the sacks and also just in their ability to prevent any yards, any completions. This has just been a dominant pass defense performance here, and everything starts with the rush. The quarterback's uncomfortable. The clock gets sped up. He's got guys in his face. It's a lot easier to play defensive back and in some of these coverage units when you know that ball's got to come out fast, and right now they're teeing off and taking advantage of it.
Here's a 2nd and 6. From out of the gun, here's May. That one taken in by Douglas. And he's going to get this one out to the 43-yard line.
Every quarterback's dream is, can I get the ball out of my hand as fast as possible and get it to a guy that can do the rest after the catch? And it seems like nowadays, throughout the entire league, the best offenses thrive in yards after the catch.
They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. Up the middle they go. Yeah! And they'll have it across midfield down at the opposing 46-yard line.
This is one of those cases where having high-end speed in the backfield can be such a game changer. The offensive linemen don't need to hold their blocks quite as long. You give this guy a little bit of a crease, and man, he is gone.
Right back to him on 1st down. They converge on him quickly. He'll only get a couple. Denzel Ward in on the tackle. Second down and 8. May gonna look to throw. He'll get this out to his running back. Third and a yard. They'll try to get this one on the ground. And yes, that'll get it. First down, marked at the 30. A good run will keep this drive going. They'll stay on the ground. He'll burrow his way forward for a couple. It was Joe Tryon-Shoyinka able to bring him down. They'll come up on a 2nd down and 8. They fake the jet sweep and give it up the middle. And he'll only manage to pick up 3 yards. And that leads to 3rd down. To throw now, May. Rush comes, they're setting up the screen. He's going to have the first down, and that one good for 9, and the drive continues.
And this is what modern-day running back looks like in the NFL. They want to be able to activate these players in the passing game, no different than they do with the tight ends and the wide receivers. When you look out there and you have a mismatch, you have a linebacker or a safety on your running back, he's expected to win, and that's exactly what he did here.
They'll run it here with Antonio Gibson. And strong running in deep. Inside the 10-yard line, a gain of 9 on the carry. A good spot here, 2nd and a yard. Operating from the shotgun, it's May. And this drive's going to continue. They bring him down, but not before he picks up 1st and goal for his team.
And this is the blueprint, Mike. The ability to sustain and maintain possession and methodically move the ball down the field in the process. The defense has had no answers up until this point, and now the next step is, can they come away with 6? Because anything less than that, after this long drive, would be a bit of a letdown.
They'll try to run this one in. He slams it in there, and he is in. Touchdown, Patriots. Greg, sometimes we say it too often. That was an important drive. That one really felt important for them to edge a little bit closer.
Yeah, now the question is, Mike, yeah, the offense does their job, but can the defense get a stop? They've got to continue to get the ball back to their offense. Let them build on that previous drive because they've still got some work to do.
They'll line it up to kick the extra point. It's up and through. And the Pats will cut the deficit to 7. The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. This is taken in at the goal line. And they'll bring him down just shy of the 30-yard line. Now it's the Browns' turn as they get set to take over again on offense. They lead by a touchdown as this drive begins with 1st and 10. A handoff here, up the middle. And he's going to have a Browns 1st down as the tackle's made just shy of the 40.
So as we take a look at the box score, Mike, you realize here they got the lead. We're in the 2nd half, but they don't have a lot of rush yards. It's because they use the passing game to score points and establish the lead. Now, how we judge their run game is from here to the end of the game. Can they pile up yards now in the 2nd half and close this game out?
And he'll get to the 40 on a short game. Here's 2nd and 9. Now a give up the middle, and he nearly got free. But as it is, gain of 6, and it sets up 3rd down. Here's Flacco to throw. That's caught. Left side. It's complete. And he's going to have the 1st down taken down after a short pickup of 5, but it will keep the drive going.
A running back that can be used in the passing game is a handful for these defenses. And you can tell this offense, they're not shy getting this guy the ball. And I think the rest of this game, they're going to continue to see, hey, defense, do you have an answer for this guy?
And they're going to get to him and take him down, taken back to the other side of midfield.
This is what you don't want to see out of your quarterback. As that pocket starts to collapse, the good ones, they can keep their eyes downfield and feel the rush. They don't need to see the rush. Here, his eyes go down. He starts moving around the pocket, nowhere to go with the ball, and they bring him down for a sack.
Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. They'll try the right side this time. That's a short pickup to about the 47. Robert Spillane spills them there. So, 3 quarters have come and gone. Back with more after the break. You're tuned in to the NFL on EA Sports. This crowd into it now as we get to 3rd down. Now Flacco. That's caught over the middle by Johnson. He's going to be brought down very close to that line to gain. They're going to mark him just a bit short. And now it's 4th down.
Well, it goes without saying. You want to play wide receiver in the NFL, Mike. How well can you change directions? How fast can you get your body from one direction to another? And when you can cut like this guy, I'm not sure how you burn.
And he's going to have a Browns 1st down. They come up with a big one there to keep the drive moving, and then some. Following the completion, we'll get a stoppage here for an injured player. As the athletic training staff looks at him, we'll step away for a moment. So they move inside the 20, 1st and 10 at the 18. A handoff as they try to run it here. And some space opens as he's brought down following a gain of 6. They'll come up now for 2nd down and 4. Here's Flacco. He pulls it in around the 5. And he's into the end zone. That might be the knockout punch. David Njoku. Touchdown, Browns. Everything you want to do right there, Greg, in the 4th quarter. Get the ball with the lead and extend it to a 2-score advantage.
Yeah, and I think this just might end up being too much to overcome. You said it. Once you get a 2-score lead this late in the 4th quarter, there's just not enough possessions to be had to claw yourself back in it.
Now Hopkins on to add the extra point. It's up and good. And the Browns will open it up even further here in this 4th quarter. Here's Hopkins now after the touchdown. He'll boot this one away. From a yard deep, he's going to bring it out. And he'll be brought down right around the 25-yard line. The home team's offense and their running back set to go once more. And it's hard to believe you could run the ball a whole lot better than he has. The vision, the cutback ability, the acceleration, the stats. It has all been on display throughout. This one complete to Bourne. And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple. On 2nd down, it's May. A wide open receiver, it's Diggs. And he's going to take this one all the way. 72 yards. Touchdown, New England. Greg, they are pecking away at this one now. Very big touchdown. Gets them right within reach of pulling this comeback off.
Well, Mike, at the very least, they've given themselves a chance, but can they get a stop and get the ball back again for a chance to go down and really make this one interesting?
Point after, coming up here. He knocks it through. And the Patriots will cut the deficit to 7. So, things a little more interesting now. Back to a one-score game as they kick it away. Here comes Ford on the return. And this will work out quite well. He'll get it all the way out to the 30-yard line. The visitors' offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. And this defense might be about ready to wave the white flag. Nothing they have tried to throw at him has been successful. He just processes things so quickly, making the right read seemingly every time.
When you put plays like this on tape, it sends a message to every defender across the league. When you play this offense and this guy has the ball, you better bring it when you come to contact him, because if not, you're going to be on the wrong end of it.
Here's a 2nd and 3 forthcoming. Out of the gun, here's a run up the gut. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield.
Fourth quarter, you find yourself protecting a one-possession lead. It's a fine line, Mike, between do I keep the ball on the ground, continue to work the clock, or stay aggressive, try to extend this lead to a multiple possession game. That's the balance this play caller is dealing with right now.
First and 10. They'll stick with him again. And a nice run there on first down, getting 8. Setting up 2nd and 2. Now, faking the give. That's caught. Down the field is Tillman. And they're going to be set up in the red zone. They've got it inside the 15. You only get a 1-yard buffer from the line of scrimmage for these old linemen. That time he strayed a little too far, and it draws the flag. To throw is Flacco. On the quick slant, that's Judy. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line.
A lot could go wrong anytime you decide to put the ball in the air here late in the fourth quarter as you're trying to run out the clock and protect this lead. But at the same time, I like that they haven't gone super conservative, just handoff right, handoff left, and it just turns into tackling practice. So I like the balance of making the defense defend everything, because right now, possess the ball, protect the ball, and ultimately just run the clock out. And up until this point, this has been an incredibly efficient game from this quarterback. I mean, it's hard to think. Here we are in the second half, and that's only his second incomplete pass. So finally, the defense is able to do something to disrupt his timing and finally try to get him out of this groove.
And this defense up to the task there. Gain of just 2, and it's third down. Flacco to throw. Backs to the open man. 13 yards on that pass play. First down, Cleveland.
We spent so much time talking about these receivers. How fast do they run, Mike? How high do they jump? But so often, the guys that have the most success in the NFL, it's the mental part of the game. It allows them to create separation, find soft spots in the defense, attack defenders. It's exactly what he's able to do here, and really nice connection.
Quick throw taken in by Judy. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down. Here's 2nd and 6. From the shotgun, it's a give up the middle. Only a couple on that one. It'll set up 3rd down. Throwing, Flacco. He's got his man complete. That's Judy. And he's into the end zone. That might be the knockout punch. Jerry Judy. Touchdown, Cleveland. That is yet another touchdown pass. What a game he is having, throwing his 4th touchdown score of the game.
It's one thing, Mike, to throw 4 touchdowns, but it's really the ease in which he's carved this defense up that has stood out the most. The defense has had no answers for this passing game, and he has just completely had his way with this group.
Hopkins now to tack on the extra point. The kick is good. And the Browns are going to extend their lead. Here's Hopkins now after the touchdown. He'll boot this one away. This one is fielded in the end zone, but he decides not to bring it out. So they'll take over at the 30-yard line. The home team's offense headed back to take over once more. They trail by 2 touchdowns, so the time is now. Got to get that rally going. It starts with 1st and 10. Has completed to Douglas.
Certainly not the biggest play of the day, but a good example of picking up positive yardage, staying ahead of the chains by a well-timed ball and a well-timed route.
Here's 2nd and 3 to go. Working out of the gun. It's May. And that's going to be a 1st down. A pickup of 9.
Similar to a tight end, the slot receiver is often considered the safety blanket. He makes all the difficult catches, tends to be a little bit more around the line of scrimmage, and so far today, he's certainly lived up to that reputation.
All 3 timeouts plus the 2-minute warning remain as we get set for 1st and 10. Oh, a loose football. One of his teammates there to take it back in. So 2 minutes left to play in the 2nd half. Greg and I back for the conclusion in a moment. Now on 2nd and long. They'll drop to throw. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
Nice example there, Mike, of the quarterback just being smart with the ball, understanding it didn't quite develop the way he had intended. Throw that ball out of harm's way, live to play another down.
Here's a big one. This 3rd down. Throwing now is May. He'll throw it left and has his running back. And a good short tackle right there. It stops him a good distance short of the marker. It sets up 4th down.
When you throw the ball short of the sticks on 3rd down, you're relying heavily on the yards after the catch. So give credit to the defense here. Once the ball carrier had the ball, multiple guys around him, corralled him, take him down short of the sticks.
He'll take a shot here, back of the end zone. And that is incomplete. They had their chance. They took it there. Look, they're trailing late. Got to let it fly. This will wind up a turnover on downs.
So this offense, they think this is a prime opportunity to go for it through the air on 4th down. But this defense was having none of it. Nowhere for the quarterback to go with the ball, no easy completions, and this defense forces a huge stop on 4th down.
A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. They'll turn and hand this one off. And he'll work forward for about 3. It's 2nd down. Strong running there. He brings this down inside the 25. Victory very much in sight now as they'll take a knee. The Pats going to stop it here. They'll use their 3rd and final timeout, and they'll get together prior to the 2nd down play. Victory formation here as he's down to a knee. So it's a win for the visiting Cleveland Browns. They proved much the best in this one. They get a solid performance in all 3 phases of the game and ride that to victory. So that'll just about do it for Greg Olson and our entire team. I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. So long, everybody.